Hail Nikolov. Injure. Also, next Saturday, I'm gonna do a live on YouTube. Same hour as now. Next week. I'm trying to make it a habit. Hey, Choo Choo. Trying to make it a habit and make the live on YouTube every Saturday. 11 p.m. Athens hour. Hey, Christina. Mo. Thank you, AB. Next Saturday, same time, will be on YouTube. Not here on TikTok, but on YouTube. I've put it in my story. Whoever wants to join, go to my YouTube channel and we'll make it there. Voice bells. He made plans to see me today and stood me up. I waited all day and not a word. Last night, I love you. It's just movement, voice bells. Don't be quick to judge and to throw it off and say nothing is working, I'm not getting what I want. You understand? Don't be quick to judge. Like, he made plans, like you're getting a lot and tons of movement. Thank you, Madalena, for the donuts. You're getting tons of movement, so don't quit and don't give up that the 3D is not reflecting or anything. And just know that you're the only one in charge, okay? Voice bells, this is the only way to go about it. Like, when you're triggered and when you tend to fall victim to your 3D, remind yourself that you're in charge and there's nothing to be worried about. Hey, Melissa. The Sunday Lover. Can RSPs ever make their own decisions? No. Based on logic or their own opinions, or are they always reflecting us? They are always reflecting us. They cannot make their own decisions and their own opinions because in your reality, you're the only one in charge. So just think it like that. So when you're the only one in charge, how can someone else decide for you? Thank you, Madalena, for the gifts. How can anyone else decide for you? They cannot have it might seem that it's their own opinions, but it's actually the reflections that you send out in your reality. They cannot make their own decisions. And to convince yourself of this truth, go back and do reverse engineer and see that no one in your reality made their own decisions. They were all reflecting you, the assumptions you thought, like the identity you were wearing yourself, who were you being, and what you were, from what point of view were you viewing the world. You understand? Please, more information on being the only operant power. Are others not real? Well, they are as real as they are in a dream. Like in a dream at night, people seem to be real, but they're not real. Like the surroundings seems to be real. Hey, Skimbo Perspectiva, thank you. They are not actually real because in a dream, nothing is real and yet you're dreaming. And when you wake up in the morning, you understand that you're actually dreaming and none of the things that you saw or tasted or heard or you touched, none of that was real. It was just an illusion. So this is pretty much the same thing. It's just a big dream and you're controlling this dream. How do I manifest my SP to apologize to me? So AB, if you still want an apology, it means that you still keep him in a version that says he did you wrong. So you're still reminding yourself, thank you, Christina, you're still reminding yourself of the version of him that did you wrong, but this version of him was only reflecting the stories that you were saying about yourself and him. So what you want to do is you want to go like it's only an apology. If you only want the apology, imagine him apologizing to you, command him to apologize to you. But if you want a relationship with him, You go straight to the end, him being obsessed with you, in love with you, you being the woman of his dreams, you being the only one for him, you being his safe place, you being his addiction, etc., etc. And the apology will come as the unfolding of your command of being with him, you understand? But ask yourself, what do you want? Do you want just the apology, or do you want to manifest a full commitment relationship? I feel so disrespected, I'm hurt, and texted him that. Oops, why did he do that? Well, voice bells, you want to keep yourself aware at all times that he did not actually do anything on purpose. He was just reflecting. Now, if this doesn't trigger anything in you, but as I understand, it does still trigger in you the fact that you still believe that he has his own free will and that he can make his own decisions. So you felt disrespected, and I know it's normal to feel disrespected in occasions like this, but instead of texting him and asking him, he cannot actually answer you with anything. His answer can only be a reflection of your own unconscious thoughts. Like, what were your thoughts before he made plans with you? What were your thoughts? Were you thinking like he's not going to go through? Like, is this a general assumption? Has he done this before and now you've made it a story? What happened? Why did he do that? Why would he do that? First of all, you can encounter yourself with creation is already finished, and you can have this scenario in your 3D, or you had a thought that said, this is too good to be true. I can't believe I manifested him back. Thank you, Arlene. I can't believe I have movement. Finally, this is the opportunity. Like, have you been put this meeting on a pedestal? Answer me, and then I will continue answering you. What about shifting his jealousy, him being less jealous and not caring about my past relationship? Well, this is you shifting your story that you say about yourself. I'm never judged. I can never make any mistake. No one judges me, because his jealousy and him being him caring about your past means that you expect people to still judge you like you're judging yourself. Otherwise, people couldn't judge you. Like, if you say, I'm with my own business, I don't owe you any explanation. Like, I want you guys to be more like adults. You're too like a pawn on a chess board. Like, you allow the 3D to do whatever it wants with you. And this is not why we're here. We're here to understand that you're the player, you're the organizer of the game, you're the observer, you're everything. So him being jealous and being caring about your past relationship means that deep inside you still judge yourself, or you still expect people to judge you for your past relationships. But the past doesn't actually exist. So you can either make the decision that you no longer care about that, you're done with that, you're through with that, you're not jealous, you don't, because he doesn't have the right to be jealous unless you gave it to him, you understand? So that's what you do. You decide that he's no longer going, oh, this is fucking nightshade. This is so beautiful, Madalena, thank you. You decide he's never jealous, he doesn't care. Hurting me, he wouldn't dare hurt me, he wouldn't dare to do anything that I don't like. So you put yourself up there in a state of power, and you put yourself in the position of being powerful. I was so excited, dressed up as such a beautiful day. I trusted, but he ghosted me. Don't get why. I'm waiting for your answer. Hey, Claudia. Hey, chocolate cakes for life. Worried that I texted him in an emotional, reactive way. Don't want to reverse the progress. What progress? You are progress. You are the outcome. It's not that you're reversing any progress. Even you assuming that this might be reversed because you just reacted emotionally, it's what's going to manifest. It's not the fact that you reacted emotionally. Like, you can text, I told you, I can act as a crazy ass motherfucker, and I can still have the best assumptions that people will think I'm normal and I'm the best at what I do. But I know that I'm reacting and triggered or whatever, and I can say whatever I want. Like, I allow myself to be authentic in my own world, because my world, my 3D, is my house. I rule my house, in my territory. I do whatever I want. I don't judge myself. So right now you're worried, you texted him and emotionally, like, you came off strong and you judge yourself and you find fault with yourself. And then you say that you don't want to reverse the progress. Who says that you're going to reverse the progress? You're saying that. Can't you just say, like, I didn't do anything wrong. It doesn't matter what I did. Everything that I do, it's perfect. Like my affirmation, regardless what I do or say, I'm worshipped more and more each day. It doesn't matter, you understand? My SP called me to tell me he is sick, but he hardly contacts me. He is with his wife mostly. Swara, you still allow him to be with his wife, and I don't understand why are you like, ask within yourself, why are you still entangling yourself with a version of him that is still with his wife? Like, why can't you shit the bitch off? Like, you are settling for a scenario that you don't no longer like. I'm not telling you cut contact, but have you even thought about the idea of making him break up with her? Like, understanding that you're the only priority. You're settling for this circumstance, therefore the circumstance is continuing to be more and more present in your life, because you continue to manifest the circumstance. Like, for first, he is married and you still insist in telling the story about him. Can't you just say he's not married anymore, that he's married to you? He is with his wife mostly is because you allowed him to be. They cannot do anything that you guys don't want to. Like, they cannot do anything more than be the people you say they are. If you continue saying that he belongs to her because he's married, that's what you're going to continue to manifest. Otherwise, just decide he's not anyone's. He's yours. Of course he's yours. Is it good to think of our world as a hologram of our thoughts, like consciousness objectified? Well, your world is a hologram of your thoughts. And not actually thoughts, it's about beliefs and assumptions. It's not any thought manifests, because otherwise, if my any thought would manifest, I would be long dead, because not all thoughts were good. But it's mostly about the assumptions and the beliefs. It is, you are consciousness objectified. And yes, your world is a hologram. CJ, I can't. I finally manifested someone and I scared him away. I broke no contact and messaged him and he was so cold, reflected coldness, and I don't care. Well, you're continuing, Paula, in the same story over and over again. Why would you assume about yourself that you're such a terrible person that you scared someone away? How the fuck can you scare your hologram away? You cannot actually scare your hologram away. Your people, guys, you must understand this. And once you accept this, everything is going to be so much easier. They live for you and they live through you. They are part of your imagination. They are a product of your imagination. And when I say they, I mean your specific people, your boss, your neighbor, your mother, your father, your sister, everything that you can ever perceive with your eyeballs, they are a product of your imagination. So, as source, you can never scare a product of your imagination, but you can play the role of a person that scares people away. So take a step back and see what role you are playing. You are unwillingly giving yourself the role when you say you manifested someone and you scared him away. Like, you're playing the role that says, I'm good for nothing, I'm no good, I scare everyone away, no one would choose me. Before even trying, and in your case, Paula, in the case of everyone else, that when they find out that they are God, they don't give too much importance to this information and they say, fuck it, I don't care, I'm just gonna continue manifesting someone without actually understanding I'm God. What happens is that you will not set the foundation that you're God and they are just holograms, they are just your imagination, and you will still treat them like equal people with separate from you with their own perception. So don't consider them equal people with the same separate from you with opinions and perceptions, because they don't have any. understand your God first, and then like take a step back. They're not going anywhere. No one is going anywhere. They cannot exist outside of you. They cannot exist anywhere else. Take a step back. You're doing this for you. Take the amount that you would take into the amount that you would take into manifesting someone on purpose. I would rather you would spend it figuring out, understanding your power, and then when you're stable, you start commanding things and people in your life, and it would be so much easier, and you would be able to keep your manifestation without going back to the victim mindset and losing them over and over again. He reflected coldness, and I don't care. But I do like the fact that you started applying what I told you. He reflected coldness. Perfect. This is perfect. This is a first step. You're keeping yourself aware that he is just a reflection. This is perfect from you, Paula. But never think you scare anyone away. Yes, he has a history of being selfish and abandoning me, so definitely my subconscious have been affirming though. Hey, Christina. So you can see, Voice Bell, why he has ghosted you, because you are still dealing with a version of him. You perceive him, you create him still as a person that is selfish, and it's abandoning you. So what does this say about you? That you're a person that no one cares about. So it's not him that you have to focus on first, it's you. You focus on yourself first, and then he comes back reflecting your new self-image, your new self-concept, your new identity, because you still intermingle with him, expecting him to be selfish, expecting him to abandon you. Therefore, you are still intermingling with your hologram, expecting yourself to be abandoned and not being taken care of, not being a priority. So you have to change the perception you have about yourself first, because this is the source of the image you hold about him. So when you know that you're, thank you, El, when you know you're the prize, when you know you're the priority, when you know you're in charge, thank you, Madalena, when you know, like, let's just say, for example, when you know you're the priority, you wouldn't even come up with the idea that someone would ever dare to abandon you. Because you know who you are, you know you're the motherfucking prize, you know you're the best ever, and you know you're the only choice. So you wouldn't dare think that someone would ever. Can you see how their versions stem from the version of you? But when you are a victim and you, thank you, Madalena, thank you all. When you are a victim and you expect everything to go against you, I cannot control him, I cannot control myself, I cannot control what manifests. This is why you got this hot and cold behavior. So you had a hot and cold behavior. Doesn't matter, return to self. Remind yourself your source, start affirming for yourself, and allow him to reflect, allow him to reflect your new self-concept, because now it was the perfect opportunity for you to analyze in which am I the prize, have I changed identity, or am I still the person that judges every circumstance? Am I still the person that gets to be abandoned? Because when he didn't show up at the meeting, it was a perfect opportunity for you to persist. That's when persistence comes. Persist is not affirm 24/7. Persist is when you see something in your 3D, like a past reflection, the old story coming to the surface. When you see this, you persist and you insist that you are the new person, and that circumstance doesn't matter for you anymore. You know that it's going to change. How do I manifest if the best case scenario feels so unfamiliar and so far from being true? So Hiba, the best case scenario feels so unfamiliar and so far from being true because you don't feel deserving, and you take this from a logical human point that says, I'm limited, I don't know if I can manifest this, I don't know if I'm worthy or deserving. Thank you, El. So the best case scenario is you having everything, and you're afraid that you might lose it if you are going to get it, or you're afraid that you're not worthy. So you manifest the best case scenario by knowing that it's your given right, it's your divine right. You want to manifest the best case scenario because you're fucking God and you're allowed to be happy. And the best case scenario, trust me, when and it's not the best case scenario in just one, when good things will start happening to you, I had a girlfriend that always asked me, "You're never grateful?" She said like that, "You're never grateful? Like you make money, you have this and you have that, and whenever something good happens in your life, you're not grateful and you cannot even smile. Why? Because I take it for granted. For me, it's normal. It's already normal. I'm not like grateful. Grateful for what? If anything, I'm grateful for myself because I'm source. I gave it to myself. I allowed myself to have it. I allowed myself to manifest it in the 3D so that I can experience it. It doesn't draw a smile on my face because I'm used to being spoiled. I'm used to being loved by everyone and everything, you understand? So you have to understand it's your divine right. Like everything owes you something. Everything, like it's your birthright, you understand? That's how you manifest. You understand that it's your birthright. You understand that it's okay to be happy. You didn't come here to struggle. And then so far from being true, because you're looking at it from a victim mindset. You're looking at it from the logical human mind that says this is not possible. But if you look around in your 3D, you are going to see that in your reality, you do have examples of holograms that do have the thing that you desire. So you will show yourself through the holograms that it's possible. Okay? That's how you manifest. It's not a magic formula. You have to change yourself. You have to change your thinking, your mentality. How can I manifest a text from my SP for my birthday in 9 April? Again with the time frames, guys. So if you do have it right now and it's yours by divine right, why would you set a time frame? So you manifest a text from your SP, and if it means so much to you, why does it mean so much to you? It means so much to you okay, it's nice to have it. It's nice to have the message for your birthday. By the way, happy birthday early. And manifesting a text from your SP, like let me put it like this. If it's so fucking important for you, it means that you are not the person having it. So you're putting it on a pedestal. And when you put something on a pedestal, you tend to not get it. Why? Because you praise that text, you hope for the text, and hope means that you probably won't get it. So the best way to manifest anything by the time frame, no, I'm worthy of deserving. Of course I'm worthy and deserving. I'm fucking God. It was out of discussion. Of course I'm gonna get the text. Because he adores me, he's obsessed with me, he wouldn't dare do me wrong. So that's how you manifest a text. But you must be in the identity of, I always get what I want. Of course I'm gonna get it. Like he's nothing special. I'm the special one. You understand? It's such a trigger to be left out and forgotten and not considered a priority. It was the perfect day. Struggling not to be angry at him. Need a slap because I'm so disappointed and I feel like a fool for trusting. But you must trust them because you're trusting your reflection. They are not separate from you. Voice bells, he is not separate from you. And neither the less, you just manifested a shitty version of him. It's not like you want to deal with that version. You want to allow the version of him that would worship you manifest itself. I know how it feels to be left out. I've manifested that for myself. But you are first left out and then it shows in the 3D. Then the 3D shows you and, you first feel abandoned within you. You abandon yourself by believing no one would want you. And then the 3D comes and, gives you and validates you and says, yes, you are. Because you keep saying you are abandoned. You keep entertaining the possibility that you could be abandoned. I want to spend more time together and move in together, but my mind keeps telling me no. Well, don't give a fuck about your mind. Your mind doesn't rule the show, you rule the show, Melissa. Your mind obeys you because you are the conscious mind, so you are the conscious power. Your mind is just a tool, is not your fucking boss. Your mind is a means to an end. It helps you, it aids you. If you allow your mind to control you, it's not the mind. You might think that it's the mind or it's the enemy. No, it's your habit of believing you're a human, limited self and that you cannot control anything. So it's not your mind. You have to understand your mind was never the enemy. It was your best friend. Your mind is yours. So stop making enemies. Stop saying this is against me. My mind is against me. My SP is against me. My circumstance is against me. My 3D is against me. My time is against me. Nothing is against you. You understand? So you have to trust voice bells in the version of him that will show up right. Because you have to trust in yourself that you are perfectly able and capable of manifesting exactly what you want. But you're putting too much focus on him and you're waiting for him to validate you. You're waiting on him to show you who you are. And the game changer in knowing you manifest is not waiting on anyone. You decide who you are. You're not defined by his behavior. You're not defined by your circumstances. You're not defined by anything. You define them. You understand? You're not depending on them. They are depending on you. I'll make a video about how you don't depend on them on YouTube. Should we believe our new story or only narrate it without emotion or when it feels impossible? Well, your new story, you shouldn't believe. It's not a fact like you have to believe it or you have to convince yourself, but why wouldn't you? Like when you look at the new story as being something that you have to reach or being like the prize that you have to reach. And then you have the old story and you believe the old story is the enemy. And then you have an argument before the two and you're here in the middle. But you shouldn't look at your new story as something that you must achieve. It's not something that you achieve. The new story is something that you decide. It's like you decide, you're the narrator of the story. You decide, you make the story. Simple as that. It's not something big. It's not something outside of you. Like, I have to insist in the new story. Like, the new story is something outside of me and I have to reach it. No, the new story is something that you decide. Like, the way I'm speaking to you, it's just information. You understand? It's not something outside of you more powerful or something. Thank you, Nika. The new story is what you decide to say. Like, it's a new story about yourself. And make sure that when you tell the new story, you first tell the new story about yourself, because the world revolves around you. Your world and the 3D doesn't revolve around your specific person or your situation. The world revolves around you. And when I say you, it revolves around your decisions, because a decision is interpreted as, in my opinion, it's translated as intention. And I do believe that the intention is more powerful than any doubt or any worry, because in the end you're God, and the intention of God is more powerful than the worry and the doubt of the human logical mind. Okay, so you can do whatever you want, but when you say the new story, why wouldn't you believe it? Like, why would you believe something opposite of the new story? Let's just say, for example, why would you believe you're poor when you know you have the choice to believe you're rich? So you tell the new story. So when you tell the new story, I would suggest, if you do have a lot of like, you have such a hard time believing it, go general at first and then go like, I'm the best choice, I'm the best lover, I'm the best man, I'm the best at what I do, I'm a multimillionaire. Just say it. You don't have to believe it. Believe it because it's nice. It's you saying it because it's who you are. And stop saying it feels impossible. Nothing is impossible for CJ, how everything starts, the Big Bang Theory, etc. Well, Chuchu, look, when you understand that you're the only creator, it doesn't really matter, because you know everything is an illusion. Everything that you ever knew, it's an illusion that you made yourself for entertainment. So I don't really actually believe in anything rather than I'm God, I'm the only creator of my reality. So because creation is already finished, you're going to be presented with a lot of theories like Big Bang Theory, Adam and Eve theory. It's just for entertainment. It's not like anything it's important, you know? Unless you decide it's important. But when you know you're the only creator, you cannot actually grasp on things that seem outside of you and decide that they happened and you have no control over them. You either go full God mode or you go full logical human mode. You cannot be in between. I decided to double down and remove negative thoughts for the... Wait. I decided to double down and remove negative thoughts For a day in Robotic, affirm my SP text next day. Congratulations, Em. SP is with 3P, doesn't matter. Friends are being super quiet to me because they are all hanging out. That's what you're assuming, that you're left out. I feel so isolated and want to give up. Yeah. I've been on this journey for 2 years, and although I've changed and improved in many other ways, positively, I'm exhausted and feel like I don't want to hear anymore. It's painful. Well, look, Laura, the thing is that, first of all, when you start manifesting your specific person, you must understand that their reality is rooted in your reality. They don't have a reality of their own. You've been doing it for 2 years. I don't question your methods. I don't question your techniques. But have you been doing it from an equal standpoint? Like, he has his own reality. He makes his own decisions. And I'm out here trying to influence these decisions. Like, I'm a guest in his reality. Or have you truly understood that he's the guest in your reality? And he's nothing more than a puppet, a marionette. Because the truth be said, they don't have their own realities. And I don't care if anyone judges me and says, oh, you say people are not real, people are like puppets. Well, do reverse engineer and you'll see they're just reflection. They're parenting back to you exactly what you say. This doesn't, the proof that I got by doing reverse engineer doesn't give me any other option of saying that they're real and they have minds of their own. So they don't have their own reality. They don't have their own lives. So from the moment I understood that they don't have their own lives and they don't have their own reality, I can sit down, I can sit and relax, knowing that it's going to be what I say it's going to be. Because when you affirm, friends are being super quiet, this is your perception about a circumstance you yourself manifested from the assumption, from the belief, they have their own lives. That's the assumption that manifested people to appear in your reality like they have their own life, and you're not welcomed in their life. Take a step back. Know your God. No, they don't have free will, which means they are at your command, at your total command. They cannot leave you out in the cold. They don't have a reality to leave you out in the cold. You're not a guest in their reality. You're not an actor in their movie. This movie is about you. You wrote the movie. It's your movie. They are the actors in your movie. So this is how you shift 180 degrees. This is how you understand, like, I'm not the actor. They're the actors. I'm not the guest. They're the guest. This is my territory. It's not me stepping on their territory and being left like they have the right or they have the permission to shut the door in my face. They can't do that. The assumption that they can do that, the assumption that they do have a life outside of me, they are separate from me, they are out of my control, I don't have any free will, and they do have all the free will in the world to choose and make their own decisions. This assumption, this belief, it's what's manifesting these behaviors from your specific people, friends, SPs, 3Ps. You understand, Laura? SP said he still loves me too, but still no commitment. The same thing, Sonia. Still no commitment. Still focused on the negatives. Still focused. Commitment is going to come. This is just a step. Still focused. Still no commitment. It's useless. He loves me, but it's useless. Commitment is going to come. If I could manifest a text in a day, imagine what I can do in a week. I'm a fully believer. Yes, I'm. He's scared that his family. He is scared. He is not scared. You say he's scared. He's not scared that his family will abandon me when he commits to me. No, you say that he says. He cannot actually have, it's not like, where did the thoughts come from? If you're the only thinker, let's just make it logical, okay? If you're the only thinker and he's a guest in your territory, he's in your territory, and he belongs to you, he's a hologram of your imagination, how the fuck would he come with those thoughts? Who says, who affirms that he's scared that his family will abandon you? You do it. You read it in the comment. You affirm it over and over again. Stop affirming it. He doesn't have free will. He told me that just because we kissed, I shouldn't have invaded his space, called him 3 times, and asked why he was He said he wants to stay friends. I'm too much. Yeah, it's the same answer, Paula. You think that you're a guest in his world and that you don't belong in his world and you're not worthy and deserving of having a spot in his world. Yeah, I've had this reflection. I've had the same thing you had, Paula, with invading space. It means that you still consider you're a guest on his territory, when it's not. It's the exact opposite. He is on your territory. He obeys you. You don't obey him. That's how you reverse it. That's how you reverse it, Paula, by understanding he's a guest in your territory. There's not much to say once you understand that you're his boss, and you don't even have to do any action in the 3D. Because taking action in the 3D, like you're God, you're on your fucking throne, you're the fucking queen or the king or whatever you want to be, source. Why the fuck would you take action into chasing your holograms, into chasing your own servants? It's like you're serving your servants. You understand? Why would you serve your servants? That means you don't understand your God and you believe your servants are your God, and that's why you do everything to be in their gratitude. You do everything to impress them. You do everything to have a piece of them, when it's actually the opposite. They should do everything to have a piece of you because they are your servants. Like, how can you be a guest in his world when you perceive the world, the whole world you perceive, everything revolves around you because you're in your body and you can perceive the worlds behind your eyes. How can you be in his world? You're not in his body so that you can see yourself in his world, in your world, understand? How to attract RSP? You don't attract shit, check. You just manifest it. You don't attract anything because you're not a fucking magnet. You're a source, you're God, so you don't attract RSP. You allow it to manifest. Know what you want from the relationship because you're the one that has to be pleased, no one else. And allow whatever you want to manifest in your reality. If you don't want him to go to London, he won't go to London. Paula, instead of talking about your circumstances, I told you what to do. Hey, KJ. He keeps telling me he loves me, but he doesn't trust me. I can't figure that one, being so loyal to him. It's just excuses that he keeps reflecting, voice bells, that I'm not enough, I'm not good enough for him, I'm not worthy of him. You understand? There are just... what do you want, voice bells? What do you want? Never mind about that. Don't deal with that. Don't deal with your What do you want? Ask yourself, take a step back before finding every excuse in the logical human mind. What do you want? Because creation is finished. There are infinite thoughts. You will come up with infinite excuses and doubts. But what do you want? Why were you in a bad mood the other day? What can make you in a bad mood when you have dreams? Nothing. Why would you be in a bad mood because of a dream? Hey KJX, hey Ruzenokcha. Let's do a cigarette. Is knowing, hey Pau. Is knowing he is thinking about me all the time considered as living in the end? Well, if you want to manifest him thinking about you, yes. But if you want to manifest relationship and something else, you would start knowing that he's yours forever and ever. Hey, Summer Love. I broke off no contact with SP. We had a quick chat. Have I ruined something? No, man. Just be... Guys, allow yourself to be... Have you ruined something? Are you under the... Do you obey any fucking rule? Are you under some rule? Why would you ruin something? Stop being afraid of your shadows, guys. You're literally afraid of your shadows. I farted in my sleep. I'm afraid I ruined my manifestation. I snored too loud yesterday. I'm afraid my girlfriend is going to dump me because I snored. You have to be authentic. You have to allow yourselves to be authentic in your fucking territory. To manifest a holiday, can I just decide it's already booked, or do I have to think as if I'm there? Decide it's already booked. Hey, magnificent. How can I feel more deserving of having what I want? By knowing you're God. Finally, you popped. I just read I pooped up again. I've manifested 2K monthly. But why it took me 1 year? Why do you care, Nika? It took you 1 year because maybe you were insecure. Maybe you were grasping on it. Maybe you didn't fully trust it. There are so many. Ask yourself. Ask yourself, why did it take you 1 year? And to be honest, guys, it takes as long as it takes. Now, how do I see myself clearly in the new story? By knowing Suoro, you are entitled to have whatever it is that you want. And this is also the answer for you. How do I feel worthy? Hiba. How do I feel more deserving? By knowing you are entitled of having whatever you want. So you see yourself clearly in the new story by deciding that this is who you are. By deciding that this circumstance, this story is no longer going to continue, because the story doesn't continue on itself. You keep it alive by accepting it over and over again. Yeah, okay, I accept he's married. And you settle for it more and more because you don't believe you can have better. But when you say, no, I've decided, I'm God, I know that I can have better, I don't accept the circumstance, I don't accept him being married, I want him all to myself, I know this is what I'm gonna get because I'm entitled to it. Because I have the desire, and the desire, it's the permit slip for me to know that this is what I'm going to have. My SP calls me every day this week. Thank you all. My SP calls me every day this week. He went 3 days without calling me. I told him I didn't like this. Well, any change that you have... Wait. I'm gonna answer you. Wait. When you want to change a circumstances or a behavior, it's not the 3D that you have to handle. It's not that you have to take action or tell them what's bothering you. It's within yourself, KJX. It's within yourself. If that triggered you and made you feel unchosen, it's you allowing the 3D to influence you, and it's you allowing the 3D to decide whether you're chosen or not. You understand? KAJX? You can tell him you don't like this all you want, but if you have a story that he can ghost you for 3 days, and this is the most dominant story, this is what you're gonna manifest. If you feel like you're the identity, you're the self that doesn't get commitment, doesn't get constant contact, and expects for something bad to happen, that's what you're gonna manifest. But if you go away from this mindset and say, no, I'll still get what I want, I don't care, in the end I'll win, you're not even going to be bothered by this anymore, because you know that he's going to reflect back your decision. No amount of telling him in the 3D is going to change him. If you don't change your inner state, if you don't change your mindset, if you don't change who you are, nothing is going to change, because the 3D is a reflection of your identity, of your self-concept. It's not a reflection of your actions. Unless you take the action from the new mindset. My SP has reached out to me, and since then the communication is much better. Perfect. Is it wrong to believe God made us and he gave us the power to create? No, Christina. You're God's child. It's okay. Why do people have disagreement then in the 3D? Because you manifested disagreement. Because creation is already finished. Everything exists. Everything exists. People do have disagreements so that they can make peace. Hey, Candy. You want a world with peace, you manifest it. You manifest your world with peace. How to manifest my dad giving me 6K. Command him to give you 6K. I'm going to get 6K from my dad. He's going to give it to me. I'm entitled to have it. SP said he's scared that his family with him. I already answered you, Sonia. Sonia, he didn't say anything. He reflected your thoughts. Hey, Neville's Goddess. It's true that you can have the best self-concept, but if you don't change the story of SP, nothing changes. Well, then you don't have the best self-concept. Because the story of your SP stems from your self-concept. So if you say, I'm the prize, but with him, I'm not the prize, then you don't have a good self-concept, is it? So you do have a good self-concept in general, but you don't have a good self-concept when it comes to them, right? So you don't actually have a good self-concept. You either go all in or it's not like I'm 80% with all the other men, but with him, I'm shit. That means you don't have a good self-concept. And the best self-concept I suggest you is, I'm God. Thank you. I'm just not sure if I have the energy to continue with affirming. I don't think it's good for my mental health with how hard the 3D is hitting me. Well, it's not about affirming. You affirm. Look, Laura, affirming is not to make things happen in the 3D. Affirming, it's first to give a command. Affirming is to to shift your mindset. You affirm to tap into, to activate this identity within you. You don't affirm to make things happen in the 3D from the viewpoint of, I'll affirm and I hope it happens. And just, first of all, when you start affirming, you affirm as God. You don't affirm as a human. You affirm knowing you're God, and you affirm knowing that your word is what's going to happen. You understand? You don't affirm willy-nilly. Affirm. Let's affirm. CJ, when you choose another reality with a different past, the memories of that past will download in our minds, right? Yes. But why with the past again? The past doesn't exist. You recreate the past over and over again. It's just a memory. Are you sure it existed? You think it existed because you keep creating it. You're asking me why it took you 1 year to manifest 2K, but I don't know your thinking. Where has your mind been, Nika? You keep asking me the same question. I'm not a mind reader. Where was your mind? I can tell you the easy part, like I can tell you the general assumptions. You either thought that you weren't deserving, you either thought you weren't gonna get it, you doubted, you searched for it, you waited for it every single day, you wanted it immediately, and you kept putting time frames, and you kept waiting for it, and searching for it, and asking yourself where it was. How to find balance between living in the 3D and manifesting in the 4D? By understanding that your 3D is not separate from the 5D. Where did the 4D go? You skipped from the 3D and you went to the 5D. Guys, stop separating like 3D, 5D, 7D, 8D, 9D, I don't know, 100D. It's only 1D, it's you. The 3D is not separate from you. It's not like the 3D is here and you're manifesting to influence this out here. No, you're one. The 3D is your imagination. You're imagining, you're dreaming everything. You're dreaming. It's not like I'm here in my 5. Where did the 4D go? You skipped the 4D. Should I be affirming and manifesting and sticking to the story all day? It feels like a job. So you affirm and manifest, but look, you are not manifesting. Should I be affirming and manifesting? Do you think manifesting is something you do on purpose? You do it every day, or you do it every second. You manifest. It's like you manifest the same way you breathe. You breathe. It's something you do on autopilot. You've done it since you were born. It feels like a job. It feels like a job because Why does it feel so hard for you guys to believe you're the most amazing fuckers in the whole world? To be pursued, cherished, wanted, included, commitment, chosen, presence, consistency, community. Okay, done. Whatever you want, voice bells, is done. Now go live your life. In the beginning, I didn't even affirm or visualize as everything went perfect. No, I affirm and visualize in a movement. Because you do it hoping it's going to happen. So can you see, Paula? And this was also in my case. You don't have to actually do anything to manifest, because by default, you do have already what you want. By default, it's coming to you. You don't have to visualize. So Paula, stop visualizing, understand you're God, and all this useless chatter in your mind, let it go. Let all these useless questions and stick to the fundamentals that you're God, and then you'll see how easy it will be for you. How do I manifest weight loss? Can I do it without dieting? Yes, and you're reflecting me. I'm doing it without dieting, because I was tending to do the human logical mind, and I say, oh, fuck it, I don't need human 3D stuff. I'm just gonna manifest it. So you decide, I can eat whatever I want. I'm still going to be, set your weight. What's the weight you want to be? Okay? In my example, here in Greece, we use kilograms. I just say I'm 60 kilograms, no matter how much I eat. Thank you, CJ. I needed to hear that. My SP journey has been very good lately, and not getting the calls triggered me very much. I'm going back to persisting and getting my full manifestation. Perfect. Please talk more about the ego. What is there to talk about the ego? What do you mean, Sheppy? Like, what ego? Because many people say ego are their insecurities. Many say that ego is their selfishness. Talk about the ego what? The ego is not your enemy. The ego is not your anything. It's just a part of you. That's it. It's like I told you before, like 5K, 5D, 4D, 3D, 10D, 3D. Thoughts, assumptions, specific, nothing is separate from you. Thank you, Christina. So why do you put the ego in front of you and think that it's separate from you? It's not. Just tell me, what do you want me to talk about the ego? What do you think about affirming when you feel triggered? Should you regulate your nervous system first? It's not about regulating the system first. It's about you knowing you're God and nothing bad will happen to you and you don't have anything to worry about. Or does being triggered make it more powerful? You mean like curse them and affirm with anger? Everything is more powerful. You decide what's more powerful. You understand? It's your world. You make your own rules. It's not that in my world, in my rules, I do whatever I want. So it's my rules. You understand? I abide by my rules. In your world, you abide by your rules. But nervous system regulation is like you're putting your nervous system, you're putting it separate from you, and then you have to regulate it. You're one piece. It's just one piece. You've shattered yourself in so many pieces and thinking that you have to fix every fucking single piece. One ultimate wizard, period. Yeah. Oh Lord, the job? Then don't do it. Yeah. What technique do you use, like convincing? What technique do you use to like convince yourself? I don't have to convince myself of anything. I just do reverse engineer and I understand and accept. It's not about convincing yourself or lying to yourself. It's about accepting that you are the only one in charge. Acceptance. You accept. So it's not technique, because you've been manifesting without convincing yourself. Like, look at your whole life. You haven't used techniques to convince yourself that they are going to dump you. You just assumed you were just insecure. When they broke up with you, you didn't use any technique, did you? So do reverse engineer. Is not about techniques, it's about you. A reverse engineer is not a technique. A reverse engineer is the process through which you understand that your thinking was the only cause of your circumstances. That ego talks negative and separates everyone and everything. Well, that ego, you've put too much power to that ego and you allowed it to do everything it wants to you, and you allowed it to make you feel insignificant. But the ego, it's you. The ego is not more powerful than you. Just stop saying there's an ego. It's not about the past itself, it's about when you choose, for example, that you are born in Italy. Your past will change to show you that you are born in Italy. Yes, maybe in 10 years they will find a birth certificate of yours and apparently you're Italian. Anything can happen. It's a dream. Everything applies like a dream. It has the same characteristics of a dream, you understand? You can manifest things out of thin air without apparently any logic or reason. Lorena Monroy official, I love you is like you know what's happening to me and the universe is answering me, thanks. You're answering yourself, there is no universe, you're the universe. Thank you, I'm God and I get what I want. Nervous system doesn't need to be regulated. No, you need to know your God. How does morals or intention play into this, or is that just our perception? It's just your perception, your limitation. Morals. Who invented the rules of morals? You did. So if you're the only thinker, you're the only one. Before you came in this world, before you came in this 3D world with your human avatar, whatever you chose. I chose CJ, okay? I chose this body. But I am consciousness, okay? At my core, I'm consciousness. So every one of you is consciousness, and then you were you just wanted to experience yourselves, your reality looking at yourselves. So morals is just a rule that you put upon yourself. What moral? Hey, Akisha. How do I get unblocked by SP? Hey, Mindy. This is kind of a question I don't usually answer anymore. Unblocked by SP. So you want to see the big picture. Do you want to get unblocked by SP? Or do you want a relationship? What do you want? Is them going to unblock you mean that you're going to have a relationship? Because I had issues where we were both blocked on social media, but we were together. So it doesn't mean anything. You understand? I've had cases when I didn't even have their social media because I didn't want to, but I had them in my bed every night. So being blocked or being unblocked doesn't mean anything. You're putting too much pressure or too much importance on the circumstance, thinking that it means something. And if you're associating it like, if I cannot, they cannot communicate with me because I'm blocked, who cares? You can still be blocked and they can come by your house and bring you flowers and wine and you can have sex all night. And you're still blocked. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean anything, you understand? It doesn't mean that, oh yeah, they unblocked me, that means they love me. This is the natural course of events, you understand? Don't put so much importance on this circumstance. You just decide he's mine and that's it. You go straight to the end. And the end means I'm the one that has him. That's the end, because you never manifest your specific person. You manifest yourself having the experience. That's why I say it's all about you. You. You're the center of the attention. You're the center of your world. So you're never manifesting people. You're manifesting yourself to have them. You understand? You're welcome, Mindy. Hey, show. Doesn't matter, Akisha. I'm here now. Hey, Antonia. I just love you. You explain so well, simple and straight to the point. Thank you, Makeup Patricia. What do you think about robotic affirmations? What I think, like, it's what you think. Do you think they work? They're just a technique. They're just like when you use affirming, because look, even thoughts, even you having the idea, it's you affirming. Like when I say I want to drink coffee, it's an affirmation, it's a command. So it's like doesn't matter, Stacy, I'm going to post this on YouTube. Robotic affirming is just like, guys, whenever you affirm, know that you are reminding yourself, you are activating within yourselves the identity that you are already. You are not affirming to become something, you are already it. You're just bringing it to the surface, you understand? So robotic affirming, like affirming and like any other technique, is perfect when you like it, it's perfect when you choose it. Yes, I've done robotic affirming, it worked for me. And when you say that I choose a technique, I choose it because I like it, and I choose it because I trust it that it will work and it will activate within me the identity that I already am. So you're affirming to remind yourself of who you are. You're visualizing to remind yourself of who you are. You're doing any other technique to remind yourself of who you are. So every technique is a good technique when you decide that it works for me. It's perfect for me. So if you like it, do it. You're affirming robotically, regardless whether you're doing it in voice or whether you're doing it within you. Whenever you have a thought and you have a repetitive thought, this is affirming. This is robotic affirming. If you don't do it out loud, it doesn't mean that it's not robotic affirming. You understand? So when you're constantly thinking about your bad circumstances, and when you're constantly in a state of lack, observing that you're single, observing that you don't have the life that you want, you're robotically affirming within you that I don't have it, I don't have it, I don't have it. This is robotic affirming, you understand? How do I change beliefs that I have, especially the beliefs I have around men? Evie. By changing your self-concept, because the beliefs you have about men stem from you as being source. So how do you view yourself as source? Because look, when you say that I am the most loved person in the whole world, it's normal to have beliefs like every man loves me. Can you see how this correlates? Because your source, the way you perceive yourself, the way you present yourself in the world, the image that you, the idea that you hold about yourself, it's responsible for the idea that you have about people in general. Because when you say I'm the prize, of course everyone loves me. So when you say I'm the prize, this is the image you hold about yourself, the idea, the impression you have about yourself, your identity, your self-concept, they all mean the same thing. Okay? And when you say I am the prize, of course they all love me. Like, of course all men show up for me, of course, because I'm the prize, I'm amazing. Of course they adore me, of course they will do everything to be with me. You understand how they correlate? But when you say I'm abandoned, that's when you have beliefs about men that say no one stays around, everyone is a player, everyone cheats on me, men cheat on me, they only want one thing. It's because you hold the idea about yourself that you're not good enough or for commitment, or that you're not chosen, you're not prioritized, you're not, etc., etc., etc. You understand? So you change your belief that you have about men in general by changing the belief, the idea you hold about yourself. And then you go and walk in the world and perceive the 3D from the identity of being the prize, the chosen one, the amazing one, the only choice. You understand? And automatically when you're in a state, aka mindset, aka self-concept, aka identity, they're all the same fucking thing, just different wording. Okay? So when you're in the identity, in the self-concept that I'm the only choice, I'm the prize, I'm worshipped, I'm spoiled, you will see that automatically you will view your 3D with other eyes, because every state, every mindset has its own set of assumptions and beliefs. That's why you change identity. You don't sit around and change every little single assumption or every little single belief, because you will never get to change them all, because they're infinite. So what you do is you change your identity, and by changing your identity, automatically you will change your beliefs also, because every identity comes with their own sets of beliefs. Missed so much tonight. Yeah, I told you, Stacy, I'm gonna put it on YouTube. It's just a method, yes. When my SP wasn't calling me by the time he usually does, I robotically affirmed he was calling me. Non-stop that he was calling me, but he didn't. Did that not work because I was desperate? No, look. Hey, Andrea, yeah. It didn't work because you were desperate, because I've been desperate and I've manifested the best outcome. I remember I was desperate. I was crying my balls out. I was the worst victim, and I still managed to say everything is going to be okay, which meant, by this phrase, I meant everything is going to be exactly how I wanted, because I was also, like, my 3D was good to me. My 3D was good with me. But within me, I had, like, this inner torment. I had this inner hell. I was going through hell. I was in a desperate mode of getting out of a circumstance that I know I've created, because I reminded myself, like, when it was I was manifested it, but it felt so at one, let's just say, for example, okay, let's just cut to the chase. I once had a desire, and my desire came true, but I changed my desire because I no longer wanted this. I wanted to go away. I manifested a place, and then I wanted to go away from that place, and I wanted to go somewhere else, and then the whole 3D seemed like it was against me, and I couldn't get out of the place because it was a desire I had, and it felt so set in stone. I once had the desire, it manifested, but then I changed my mind. It's like, because I always change my mind, like, I have the desire, I had the experience, okay, let's go with another experience. I'm not gonna sit around and live in the same desire and the same experience over and over again because I desired it a year ago. Okay, I changed my desires. I stopped my desires, you understand? And I was in a fucking desperate mode, and I remember I cried my balls out, and I was a needy, desperate, full victim, and I still managed to say everything is going to be okay. And next day, the circumstances vanished away, and I was still desperate. Within me, I had the assumption that this is not going to change. I might just have to take some action in the 3D or something like that. Like, it was all or nothing for me. And I would prefer to choose the nothing, because the all wouldn't manifest. And I was just, okay, fuck it. And it still manifested. I still got what I wanted. So it's not because you were desperate. It was because you interpret the fact that he doesn't call you like game over. I'm not getting what I want. You interpret the fact that he doesn't call you. You're quick to judge, and you say that I'm not going to get what I want. The 3D is against me, and he doesn't call me. It means that he doesn't love me. You understand? And if you have affirmed robotically for it, and you are still waiting for it, guess what won? The waiting won, and you were in a waiting state. That means that won. Hey, Isa, I'm very good, thank you. Hey, Goddess. You're welcome, Alexandra. I deserve everything I want in life. Deserve SP, and I deserve the millions only because I want it? Yes. You want it for a reason, because it's meant for you to happen. CJ, thank you for everything. I got your manifestation guide a month ago, and it changed my life. Oh, congratulations, Journey to Joyfulness. Congratulations. Hey, Rafaela. Hey, Christina. I love you, woman. Well, actually, I identify as a non-binary. Yeah, not woman, but man would make... I would like you to call me I love you, man. So it would be more... I could fluff my ego. Thank you, CJ. This cleared things up for me so much. Makes so sense. Hey, Blushing Daisies. How does the state of having feels like so I can tell me I'm doing it right? No. You don't want to take the gauge. It's not like how does the state of I have it. Because you cannot have it in the 3D and lie to yourself, I have it in the 3D right now. No, it's more of the state like I know I'm going to have it in the 3D because it's settled. I decided I'm going to have it because I'm the only one that decides. The state of knowing for sure that you're the dictator and you're gonna get what you want is feeling relieved, feeling calm, not feeling worried about it, knowing it's done, know it's coming. Like, how do you feel when you order your food and you know that the delivery guy is on its way with your food? That's how the state of feeling feels like. Can you please explain more about the waiting state? The waiting state is when you search your manifestation under every rock and when you look at your phone every second waiting for a message. That's a waiting state. There's nothing more to explain. Bobby's not happy tonight. They are in their room. Yeah, they went to bed, but now they woke up. Oh my God. Andrea, you're fucking amazing. CJ, success story, free cancer from my sister. Your sister is cancer free. Congratulations, Andrea. Congratulations. You put a smile on my face. Thank you, Anna. How are you, CJ? I've been missing your lives. Thank you, Blue Blushing Daisies. I'm here and we're good. If I am the only conscious being in my world, what is the nature of the others? The nature of the others, what is their purpose or what is their nature? Because there are different things. Their purpose is to serve you and aid you in your manifestation. Neville Goddard. I do have this here. Everyone on the outside is your servant, your slave, ready and able to do your will. All you need to do is know what you want. They will move under compulsion to do your will, just as my wife did. Also, Neville Goddard, if they can be used to aid you in your manifestation, they are going to be used. So that's the purpose of them, of people, of everyone in your reality. The nature is hologrammic. They are illusions, holograms, the same nature people in your dreams have, which is smoke, illusions, shadows. They are not conscious, no. They are not even real. For example, with Bobby, this is your 3D, but you control him by deciding and he calms down. Is that manifestation too? Everything is manifestation. Me learning to speak English is my manifestation. I first set the intention that I want to speak English and then I started learning English. Is manifestation. Bobby is my manifestation. He's a hologram. Bobby is my hologram. Commits also. So me talking to him in my 3D, it's also my manifestation because I'm speaking the words. My words are manifested. You understand? Everything is manifestation. Me having the assumption that every time I do a live, they're going to bark and make noises are also my manifestation because my assumption that they're going to bark and they never sleep when I do lives or I have coaching calls and they bark. Everyone that's been a client in my coaching calls, they had barking in the coaching calls. Not very much, but they must have had like 10 seconds of barking. So this is my assumption, okay? Unless I change my assumption and say they are very nice dogs, they always sleep, they don't bother me, they don't make noises, that's what's going to play out. Is thought transmissions instantaneous? Is this done literally as we are thinking? Yes. Yes, it is. It's done instantaneously, Rafaela. They're not in conscious. No, they're not consciousness. We are consciousness. Each one in our reality. Me in my reality, I'm consciousness, and you are me pushed out. You are me as consciousness pushed out. You're my holograms. In your reality, behind your eyes, you are consciousness. I'm just a hologram in your reality. Our realities don't intermingle. We cannot be consciousness in the same reality. There is not like it's one 3D and everyone lives in it. No, everyone has their own reality. Is it okay to want to be the best? You are already the best. As in always being the one who gets the best. Yes, of course, but this is the bare minimum, Mark. This is the bare minimum. Driving the best cars, making the most money in your business as to show off that I am. Yes, of course. This is the bare minimum. I think you bought the villain course, Mark. Hasn't that shifted you into being the villain, the motherfucking villain that you are supposed to be? Apply what the villain course says. Of course. Of course. This is the bare minimum. Of course you are the best. Of course you're gonna get the best. You've put it there for you to have it. It's the bare minimum. It's granted. You should take this for granted. It's not like it's a big desire. This is the bare minimum. Apply the course, Mark. I hate it when coaches say when you manifest something, you'll start seeing others get the things that you want. And I'm like, hell no. Of course not. Of course not. It's your rules. Make your rules. Look, everything that everyone says, you must understand, even other coaches are reflections of something that you used to believe. You don't have to take it. They just present you with the idea, okay? Everyone in your world, in your reality, presents you with the idea because creation is already finished, okay? Creation is already finished. They must present you with some idea. You don't have to apply it and make it your rule. You make your own fucking rules. Not in my reality. I get everything. No one gets anything. I don't care. You understand? Thank you, Candy. CJ is you yourself teaching yourself who you are. Yes. And your doubts and opposing thoughts, you just ignore them. They won't manifest. They are so irrelevant. They are so fucking irrelevant. Like doubts and opposing thoughts. I allow myself to have doubts and negative thoughts. I allow myself to have it. Because I know that in the end I win. Like, all this is so fucking irrelevant. I'm not even bothered myself. I just observe them like cars passing on a road. That's it. Because I know in the end I win. Because my power is more... they like negative thoughts and doubts and anything. They present me with the idea. I don't have to accept it. You understand? Like when I say I'm gonna have this and then it comes a thought, no, you won't. I don't have to accept it. You don't tell me what I'm gonna have, bitch. You're just a fucking thought. You don't get to tell me. I tell you. How do you manifest for someone? Pretty girl, you always manifest for someone because they're part of your property. They are on your territory. So you always manifest for someone. Decide what you want them to be. I manifested my uncle to be out of coma. No, they're just a hologram, a projection of your mind, and decide how they are and what they have. So then, for example, how do you not get jealous when someone in your office makes a bigger sale than me? I know that they're just a fucking hologram. If they made a bigger sale than you, it's because you made them make a bigger sale than you. They're your reflection. They're your hologram. They're your servants. If they did a bigger sale than you, it means that next week or tomorrow you're gonna make 5 times the bigger sale than you. So I cannot get jealous on my holograms. Why? I created them. I'm way more above and superior than them. I'm not going to even deal with their pity existence. You understand? That's how you approach this, Mark. How do you get rid of a third party? I hear ignore them or affirm they are gone, which is correct. KJX, the most correct part of getting rid of a third party is understanding you're the only choice. There is no third party. Because the third party means that there is something that stands between you and what you want to get. And this is not ever going to be sustainable because it's God. Nothing is opposite than you. So you get rid of a third party by knowing that they are just an actor in your play. That's it. I decided that I'm bilingual. My job pays for private lessons with an American teacher. Yes, because when you decide something, like I decide I'm going to learn Spanish, the 3D will mold itself and it will bend over to my intention, making me learn, like bringing opportunities into my way so that I can start learning the language. But do not start separating even the action that you take in the 3D. It's inspired and it's manifested. You understand? Everything is a manifestation. Even me moving my hand is manifested. How to make peace? It will get automatic, Mark. It will get automatic. It will get automatic. Is there a way to make sure some things don't happen? Yes. With your fucking villain mindset, what you're gonna do, Mark, is you're gonna decide this is the last time it happened. No one is going to beat my record because I'm the fucking best. The 3D won't allow it. I won't allow it. No one will ever beat my record. I'm the fucking best. Who the fuck are you to beat my record? Like your little mouses. You understand? How do I make peace with my day being ruined and not knowing what he's doing and God to enjoy, not me? How do I make peace with my day? By knowing that it's not the last day of your life. Voice bells. There are other days and there are going to be better days than this. And not knowing what he's doing. Well, could you please accept your fucking God and that he cannot obviously do anything outside of you? You don't know what he's doing. You decide what he's doing. Instead of being stubborn into believing that they are outside doing anything, he's doing what you're deciding he's doing. He got to enjoy. He didn't get to enjoy anything. Not me. I'm outside in the cold. I don't belong in my world. This is my fucking territory. And they're voice belts. Hello, CJ. You are my favorite coach now. I don't listen to others I used to anymore. Thank you, Sylvester. Lying here exhausted and angry that today could have been perfect. Instead, I was humiliated and already alone. Keep bragging about your circumstances. Instead, you keep insisting in the circumstances. I've been humiliated. I've been this. There are going to be other days. It's not like it's the end of the world. You're not going to die today. You're going to wake up tomorrow and you're going to have a new opportunity. Why do you think that this day was the last opportunity and I'm never going to get this opportunity? This could have been the best day of my life and I'm never going to get any other day. You're acting like your life is going to be over today. Every day is going to be perfect because your source, you're going to make it perfect. Not him. Your specific person is not source of shit. And if you guys still believe your specific person is your source of happiness, your specific person is your source of commitment and marriage, you're fucking wrong. Your source of your marriage, your source of your relationship, and you're the source of your happiness. And I don't mean you're the source of your happiness, like make yourself happy, be alone, be single, and be source of your happiness. No, you're practically, literally the source of your happiness. You command you're going to be happy, you're going to be happy. Your specific person is just a vehicle. I'm not talking about BGWG, be single. You have to make yourself happy first. You cannot expect someone to make you happy. No, this is bullshit dating. Be single, be happy single. No, I don't want to be happy single. I'm source of my happiness. I decide how I'm going to be happy. I decide what's going to happen. And because they are just vehicles, you use them in your outcome. Easy peasy. And on top of paying for them, I take work hours, and for that he teaches me English. Just for fun, I don't even need it for work. Yes, of course, have fun with it. You're not preventing stuff, you're just being clear on what you don't want. You understand, Mark? You're not preventing anything. You're just deciding and commanding with conviction because you're the fucking boss of your reality. You're the fucking boss of your job situation. You're the fucking boss of how others behave. You're the fucking boss of their realities also because they don't have a fucking reality outside of you. I'm going to do a cigarette. I'm gonna have a poof poof break. If I could only find my lighter. Here, lighter, lighter, where are you? If only the lighter could have words. Where the fuck is it? Oh, fuck. Oh, found it. How do I get my confidence back with LOA? Law of assumption, you mean? Compared for so long, don't want to do that anymore. Compared with what? What did you compare yourself to? In what role did you imagine yourself playing? You get your confidence back by doing reverse engineer and understand you've manifested your whole life. I don't know if I told you guys. I hope the smoke doesn't come in the camera. But I did do myself a notebook where I do have all my, not all my, but some manifestations of mine. Yeah, it's fucking pink, I know. I'm not a Barbie, but my notebook is pink. So I do have a notebook here where I have like all the... Oh fuck, something fell. Wait. I do have here like commands I've given, conscious commands I've given, and I do have like here a notebook where I write my manifestations, conscious manifestations, and I have here like unconscious manifestations back in the days when I didn't know I manifested. So do a notebook like this and keep it with you. This will bring in the faith. Whenever you tend to forget that you're God, you bring your proof. This is my proof. I don't need any proof in the future. This is my proof. My proof is based on past manifestation facts that I know I did with or without techniques. Most of them are just commands. I didn't do any techniques. So many things, so many irrelevant things, from the simplest thing, like stopping time, being in two places at the same time, how I manifested having my bar, how I manifested pictures of people putting their picture so I can, because I just wondered how they look like. You understand? So many things. How I healed my uncle, how I manifested my car, my girlfriends, how I manifested my breakups. So many things. And make a notebook like this and keep it with you. This will make you gain your confidence in LOA again. How do you stop thinking about time? How long it takes for the 3D to manifest? Well, it doesn't take for the 3D to manifest. It's not that the 3D manifests it for you. You manifest it through your 3D because the 3D doesn't have the possibility to manifest it unless you allow it to. So you don't focus on time because you know the easiest way to not focus on time is to make a decision. What is it that I want? I'm going to have this, and then go live your life. Don't put your life on hold for some manifestation. You tend to focus on time because you become desperate and obsessed over your manifestation, and that's how you delay it more. So it is what we think dominantly on a daily basis that manifests. It is your identity. I wouldn't say what you think dominantly, because if I do think dominantly a negative thought, but I know that I've made it a rule that as the God of my reality, I never manifest anything negative, then it's your identity what manifests, not your thoughts, not dominantly. I wouldn't say dominantly, but I would say, like, just for example, let's just say all day you were in a shitty negative state and you were dominantly in a day, 24 hours, you were in a shit state and you were dominantly thinking. If the other day you are dominantly thinking the same, by default, the good is going to manifest. By default, because you cannot actually hurt yourself. Truly. You make your circumstances unpleasant, but you can never actually hurt yourself too much. You understand? What's your view on living in the end? Do you say I am it now or it's coming? Well, it depends. Look, it depends. Because for some manifestations, I do have a different approach. For some manifestations, I have a different approach. But I am now the person that I know I get everything I want. I know that I am winning at everything. I know I'm the winner. I know I'm God. I am it now. I know I am it now. It's coming in the 3D. Yes, it's going to come in the 3D. It's going to reveal itself to me in the 3D. That's a different thing. But I am it now from within. I am the one that gets everything. I am your husband. I know I am the husband. I know that it's going to unfold in the 3D. So then judging or laughing at people or mocking people won't have negative effects in my reality? Of course not. Of course not, Mark. This is what I've been doing my whole life. Of course not. That means we can manifest your lives every evening. Yeah, okay. You're humble? Why would you be humble? Humble to what? I'm terrified my SP asks me for space and time. He says he loves me and there's no one else. You're terrified? You're terrified because you believe he has free will and you have no free will but to obey his fucking commands. You're terrified because you've made him God and you've made yourself no one, basically. So how do you stop being terrified? By reversing what I just said. He's not God, you are God. He doesn't get to decide, you get to decide. Think you are the best. I have FOMO bad. Peeps will follow. Command, they follow. They do obey you, you know. How can I change the fact that our story unfolds smoothly, but now it seems like I'm forcing it? By knowing that you can do whatever you want in your 3D. It's your house. You can allow yourself to go naked in your own fucking house. It's your own fucking house. You don't expect your neighbor to judge you because you're naked in your house. You're authentic in your house. That's why it's your house. The same way for the 3D. The 3D is your house. You can allow yourself to be authentic. My parents booked an unrefundable trip in 2 months. I don't want to go. Don't think about it or say it won't happen. Thank you, Andressa. It won't happen. You're not in the mood to go. You're not gonna go. Mark, apply the fucking villain course. Be a villain. Curse. Mock. Non-refundable. I don't give a fuck. I'm not going anywhere. You don't tell me what to do. I'm telling you what to do. Oh, come on, man. Could you expand on the idea of SPs not having a life outside of us, or maybe do a video about it? I'm gonna do a video about it, Sylvester, on YouTube. But SPs doesn't have the life outside of you because you are God of your reality and they are just holograms. They are just reflections. And when I say reflections, it's not that I'm humble, that means they're humble too. I'm amazing, that means not that kind of reflection. No, I'm amazing, that means they think I'm amazing. I'm the best ever. They think I'm the best ever. I'm chosen. They will choose me. That's what reflection means. You understand? They don't have it because... Have you tried sleep tapes before? What do you think of them? A waste of time if you don't like it. A very good placebo if you like it. Compared to all the pretty Instagram girls, what commands would I give to be in love with myself obsessed? Because I've never been. First of all, you should stop thinking that there are pretty Instagram girls. You have no competition. Do you do scripting? No. Or it's just a notebook where you write down your proof once you get... My proof once I get my manifestation. It's my reverse engineer proof. Hey, Crystal. Salut. Hey, E.T. Hey, Nav. What if I decide something and I'm 100% sure it's coming, but my self-concept is still not perfect? Why do you decide that your self-concept is still not perfect? Like you're not ready for it to come? Can't you just say it's perfect? Why do you find fault with yourself and beat yourself up? Why do you think you're imperfect? And when I say why do you think, it's because it doesn't make any sense. Why would you choose to say you're not perfect? It is perfect. Your self-concept is perfect. What about those people from high school who were so hot? I don't understand. They were hot in high school and now they're not? How does that happen? What do you mean? Mark, I don't understand. I'm wavering between what you preach and hating myself for ruining between me and my SP. Well, I would have you choose what I preach, because hating yourself, it's a loss of time, to be honest. I don't understand your question, Mark. Could you please... So what about those people from high school who are so hot, but now you see them online and they are what? How does that happen? How are they? What if I feel ugly? Can I manifest my traits to be attractive? Well, your identity will. I'm gonna get to you. Wait. What if I feel ugly? I'm not ugly, I'm perfect. Can I manifest my traits to be attractive, or I manifest they change? You manifest you love yourself. Like, what did I think that some people who were so hot are now ugly? What did you think before? You were in a victim mindset back then when you thought they were hot, and now they are ugly because you've raised in your standards. You've raised your self-concept, you've raised your identity. You became more obsessed with yourself because... Trust me, Mark, I've been where you are, and I just look at some people right now and I ask myself, why the fuck did I even consider this person attractive in the beginning? And they are not, because the veil of the illusion is off, and now you can see them for what they really are. They were never hot, you just had them on a pedestal, you understand? Your world was revolving around them and not around you. You've raised your standards. You would not put on a pedestal people right now because you know the world revolves around you. That's why, because now you see them as ugly. That's how you can understand where your identity is from how you view people right now. Do you view them something normal, below you, inferior than you, or do you view them above you, superior, praying for their attention, praying for their approval? You understand? Now you couldn't care less. And when you don't care less, that's when you manifest the best relationships in, because you're not begging for anyone's approvals. That means you don't have anything on a pedestal. Not money, not women, not anything. You know you have yourself on a pedestal. I'm waiver, okay. I don't understand what's happening, but I'm struggling in every area in my life. What's happening is you affirm that you're struggling in every area of your life. You're too focused in every area of your life, and you believe that you're like the fucking, how does it call the things that do like this switch? Romanian girls, please tell me the translation for titirez. Titirez, ăla de să învârte? Titirez. How does it call? I'll wait for my Romanian girls to find the translation, and I'm gonna tell you how you feel like. I'll answer you, Nav. Because you said our identity is what manifests, so I was wondering. Yes, but you can also have the identity. Why would you say it's not perfect? Like, how do you identify yourself like my self-concept is not perfect? In which area? In what way? Your identity, because you don't feel fully chosen? It doesn't matter. You can say, I always get what I want. This is also an identity. You understand? Everything is an identity. It's not two identities. I'm chosen or I'm not chosen. There are infinite identities. You can say, I can still feel I'm not, but I'm still gonna win. I'm still the winner. I'm still the only one. You understand? I will upload this. Spinning top. Yes, I think spinner. Thank you, girls. You're so amazing. Hey, Blue Bentley. Puppet. Yeah, puppet. This is also good, Sylvester. Yes, this is also a good look. This is also, the puppet is good for Nav. Like, why do you think you're the puppet of every area in your life?